use dinner is because dinner, when a guy invites a woman to dinner basically means that you're a fucking sucker. You know what I'm saying? That's see, and the guy doesn't know that that's code for you're a sucker. That's why. So if you ever say, hey, miss, it would be my honor to, would you accompany me to dinner? She's like, oh, sucker alarm, sucker. This guy's a fucking sucker. It's perfect. So now, see, he don't know that. She knows this. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because only suckers invite women to dinner for first dates and shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? So he's basically the gentleman. He's the nice guy. He's the the lame, the boring dude. You understand? He's the guy who's gonna court. So she already knows he's a sucker. So what happens is that her agreeing to go to dinner, right? The fact that he doesn't know he's gonna be used. So that's why she's using him. And he's the one that doesn't know. He just doesn't realize. He thinks she's going to dinner because she's interested in him. She's going to dinner because she's bored and she's interested in food. You understand? She's like, oh yeah, I'll eat dinner with you tonight. Yeah, let me get this food. But she's not trying to fuck him. She don't really like him like that and all this other stuff. Now, does when a woman goes out to dinner with a guy on the first date, does that necessarily mean that she doesn't like him at all? Not necessarily. That could also be a guy who she's thinking or looking at as husband material. But you know what happens with husband material? Husband material doesn't get pussy on the first night. Husband material has to take a woman out on 3, 4, 5 dates before pussy is even involved in a situation. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But again, he's still a sucker. That's why guys who, like, if a woman says you're husband material, nigga, that's a diss right there.
Oh, is it? Oh my God. I ain't gonna lie. I've heard that so many times. I've heard women tell me, they'd be like, oh, well, you're safe. You're not a threat. You're the kind of guy that you bring home to meet parents. I heard that shit.
That's horrible. When a woman says you're safe, you're nice, you're sweet,
right?
You're husband material, boyfriend material. I want to introduce you to my mom and anytime when a woman is saying all of that shit, it's a fucking rap.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, like, I never clapped none of those cheeks of any woman that ever told me that. Never got none of those. Yo, I would be straight friend zoned, and then it would be the type of friend zone where they would call me up and talk about the other dudes that they had hooked up with from the night, the club and shit.
Oh.
Yeah, so
listen, if a chick ever said I was sweet, nice, a gentleman, or I would say, what did I do wrong? Like, what did I do to make her think this? This is terrible.
Yeah, I had this is like, a little, before I had kind of got involved with all y'all and stuff. I just had to learn to be like, hey, look, I got to do some ill shit. Like, and not nothing bad, but like I would lick my teeth or something. I lick my lips at them when I see them walk through the door. I let them know, obviously, I'm staring at their booty and shit like that, to make sure that there was some type of like villain element where they'd be like, oh, why you gotta look thirsty like that? Because I would at least, if they felt that I was a type of villain or something, then they wouldn't say those type of comments, and I had an opportunity to at least smash.
Right.
Because I know if I held the door and did all the right things and said all the right things, it was done.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's like, hold on, let me show you guys this video real quick. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on, let me do my my regular camera. Let me do my MacBook Pro camera real quick so you guys can see. So this is an old video. Abel had showed me this earlier today, but this is what women like when they think you're attractive. Look at this guy.
How old are you? How old you need me to be? How old are you? How old you need me to be? How old are you? How old you need me to be? How old are you? I'm there. I'm there. How old are you, bro? Bow. I'm on your ass. No, tell me how old are you? Why? I'm not. You think I'm just gonna tell you this shit up front? Tell me. Nah, just come back with me and I'll let you know everything. Wait. What you laughing about? What's your name? What's your name? You think this shit ain't? What's your name? What's your name? What? You need to know what you screaming. Okay, where's your birthday? You need to know what you screaming. When is your birthday? What's up? When is your birthday? You buy me a cake? Because I saw you at y'all one. I ain't even going to out. What are you talking about? When is your birthday? No. Tomorrow. You fucking lie. Tomorrow. You fucking lie. Yo, come blow my candles out. Come blow my candles out. What's up? I guess it's my new man, y'all. Hey, what's up?
You see? So that's what women like. That's the shit women like, people.
Because I think he for one, he gave her the pushback. He didn't give her nothing that he wanted. Mm-hmm. He never answered his name, the birthday. He didn't ask her no questions. He just kept bringing it all back to himself.
Right, exactly. You see how he wasn't following her lead the whole time?
Right.
He wasn't answering her questions. He was being very flirtatious, sexual. You understand what I'm saying?
And then I liked how he kept the tone and the pace. She kept getting more aggressive, more loud, more energetic, and he still kept it to that same to where he was at.
Right.
And eventually in the end, you see it brought down. She's like, "Well, I guess this is my new man down." She ended up matching his tone and dropped it down to where he was at.
Exactly. Now that's a fact. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so a woman is never going to tell him, "Oh, you're so sweet. You're such a gentleman." You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. Right. Shout out to KZ. He said he understood that her questions had nothing to do with his bottom line. That's a fact. You see what I'm saying?